You work hard on your photography, I know you do. But don't you feel just a little burned when you see people whose work really isn't that good seemingly busier than you? Let's talk about it. This could apply to any artistic discipline. Maybe you're a writer or a guitar player or a cook. Maybe you've devoted years of your life to perfecting your craft. Maybe you've gotten a small amount of attention for it, maybe not. The point is you've worked hard and you're proud of what you've created and accomplished. It could also be that while you're doing fine and are satisfied with what you're creating in your given discipline, you could be busier. Then you see some joker with a fast food level skill set posting all over social media about how busy they are. Here's the thing, a lot of people like fast food. There's no shortage of places to go to get something relatively similar. There's business to be had in catering to that audience. If you think of yourself as the local gourmet burger place, you might sometimes find yourself occasionally shaking your head as to why someone would prefer McDonald's or Burger King to what you offer. But if you think about it, it's not hard to figure out. Someone can get something quickly and cheaply, something they'll enjoy in the moment, even though if given the opportunity, they might like your product better. Sometimes quick and cheap is what people can afford, and I have nothing negative to say about that. And sometimes quick and cheap is all people have time for. Putting the burger analogy aside for a moment, when it comes to art, the truth of the matter is that the average person doesn't have the background or language to adequately understand or convey why they don't like something. I don't know why I think a Cybertruck is ugly, I just do. By way of an example, I'm reminded of a visit I took many years ago to the Smithsonian. My then partner and I stood in front of paintings by Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, and Chuck Close, among others. Having been to art school and minoring in art history, I had a small background in understanding the movements and historical context by which and during which this art was created. I personally think each of those painters made inspiring work, but my partner was less impressed with the Rothkos, for example. She commented that these fields of color seemed simple enough that anyone could have done it. I suppose that could be true on the face of it, but if you've studied art, you'll understand there's more to it than just that. Still, I couldn't argue the fact that she just didn't like it. It didn't matter that this artistic movement was a reaction to or a statement on a previous artistic movement, or that this artist was trying to represent something unique to their vision. She just didn't like it, and that's valid. If we take this idea and extrapolate it into photography, or more specifically wedding photography, if a couple meets you at a wedding expo or sees your work at a venue or online, they're going to have a gut reaction to it. That ancient part of their brain that says fire good or saber-toothed tiger bad is going to kick in and make them react to your work in a way that defies qualitative analysis. They're going to feel about it how they're going to feel about it. Your work is either going to resonate with them or it's not. There's another aspect to this too, in that there's a well-studied phenomenon that says if people like the experience they're having, and if they like you, that will give them a more positive outlook on your work. This is kind of a bitter pill to swallow as someone who went to art school and has spent the better part of their adult life working to become a better photographer, but it's kind of true. All of my experience with lighting and the care I take with composition and in capturing moments can take a backseat to the experience someone has when first meeting with me and then working with me. It actually has been my experience that the more people like me, the more they like my work. This phenomenon cuts the other way too, because you, yes you, know photographers whose work really isn't all that good, but who seem to book lots of clients because of their personality. Some people are very charming and have really outgoing personalities, and people like to be around those people. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. What can get frustrating, and I know you can sometimes feel this way too, is when couples are drawn to hiring someone based on personality alone, even when the work itself is a crime against composition and an insult to lighting. I can't bring myself to think this is inherently bad. People are adults and they can make their own decisions. I'm not here to tell anyone their idea of what's good and what's bad is wrong. I watched The Accolade all the way through, even though I knew it had bad writing and poor character development, so I'm no one to judge. It's easy to armchair quarterback other photographers if their aesthetic doesn't match yours. It's easy, maybe even reductive, to say their work sucks. I'm at first inclined to say maybe it doesn't, though good lighting is good lighting and bad lighting is bad lighting. Some things just are more objective than subjective. At the end of the day, all we can do is the best we can do. We can't worry about the work anyone else is producing. I have a standard of quality I've set for myself that I've spent many years on and continue to spend many hours producing for the people that hire me. There might be trusted friends you can vent to these things about. We're all only human after all. But there are only so many hours in the day, and we need to concentrate on what makes us valuable to our clients and not worry so much time questioning why anyone would hire someone with work we see as subpar. If that person creates an environment that resonates with potential clients, they deserve the work. If that person develops a rapport with a couple who then goes on to trust them with something as important as their wedding photography, good for them. I've long felt and continue to feel there's enough work to go around. It's easy to take out any frustrations you might have, even in private, especially in private, on the work someone else is producing. Given my background and personality, I lean into the idea that the standards we set for ourselves can be different from what potential clients expect. Those clients are going to like what they like and like who they like. I think what we do as wedding photographers is important. We're capturing family history, and I believe there's a responsibility there to produce the best work we can for these families. Of course, we can't do that work unless or until we're hired to do so I really believe there should be an attempt to create the best work we can. I think it's incumbent upon each of us to look critically at our own work and see if we're not only living up to our clients' standards, but surpassing our own. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your spending a few minutes with me. If you like this kind of video, please like and subscribe. It really does help with the algorithm. How do you handle your personal reactions to other photographers' work if you don't think it's very good? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you'd like to see more videos like this, check out this other one I made for you. This is Ask a Wedding Photographer. I'm Seth Kay, and I'm here to help.